to God, and we do not give these attributes to any of His creation. So we don't turn or give any aspect of worship which belongs to God to the creation of God. So that would be my suggestion as a starting point. From there, one can go to explain to them about the Quran, because to explain about the Prophet, his history, etc., this is something historical which may be interesting to a person, may not be. However, the evidence of his prophethood is the Quran. The miracle, the fundamental miracle of Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, was the Quran. He performed other miracles as the other prophets did. However, the key miracle, him being the last of God's messengers to mankind, the miracle which he left behind to prove to man till the end of time that he is the prophet of God, he was the prophet of God, is the Quran. So it would be good to put in their hands a translation of the Quran to read for themselves, to get a feeling. Those who have read the Bible and they read the Quran with an open heart, they will see the difference is like night and day. The Quran is addressing them, guiding them directly. The Bible is a mixture of stories. Some of them are even pornographic stories, a mixture, jumble of genealogies and, all kinds of irrelevant material in there. I'm not to say that there is no guidance in there, and that the essence of them, the Torah, was guidance from God. However, man has added so many things to it, mixed it up, and so what you end up with today is not what the prophets brought, but what man has covered over the message which was brought by the prophets. And their fundamental message, as mentioned in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. Allah says that we have sent to every nation, every people, a messenger, inviting them to worship Allah alone, God alone, and to avoid the worship of false gods. The next question from Sister Sarina Abdul Rahim in Ajman. She says, "Dear Sir, I want to be sure about female dress, women's dress. Can you answer these questions for me? Are the dresses to be colorful or should they be black?" Actually, she has a number of questions here. We won't have enough time to cover them all, but we can begin to answer some of them in this segment, and we'll continue to the next. First question, are the dresses supposed to be colorful or black? Now, the wearing of black is not specified in Islam for the outer dress of the Muslim woman, though it is common in this part of the world, in Arabia and the Arabian countries, the Gulf, and in some other countries also, in some parts of India and others, black is commonly worn. However, there is nothing in Islam which specifies that it must be black. However, that outer garment is to hide the beauty of the woman. So therefore, it should not be attractive in and of itself. It should not be so colorful in colors, bright, fanciful colors, that it is inviting the stare of others, that others will want to look. Their attention is caught by this particular dress. So if it is other colors besides black, which are permitted, they should be quiet, pastel type, moderate, plain colors. This is the way that it should be. And furthermore, that garment that they wear should not be one which follows the shape of the body, which is showing their shape. Because a garment which clings to the body in this form and exposes the shape, this is not considered to be covering in Islam. The purposes of garment in Islam, the garment which a woman wears outside of the circumstances of her home, when she's in the privacy of males who are from her direct family who she cannot marry, who are known as the maharim, that dress should be one which conceals, not one which reveals. See, this is a difference in the philosophy of dress among Muslims and the philosophy of dress amongst non-Muslim society in general, especially today. Western society, as well as certain parts of Eastern society, which are under the same influences or inherited the same practices, fundamentally look at dress as being a means of revealing, covering the faults and promoting the most beautiful aspects. So it is more one of revelation as opposed to one of concealment. Therefore, from an Islamic perspective, our garments should be ones which are not eye-catching from a color point of view, nor should they be one which is eye-catching in terms of it being clinging to the body and exposing what is underneath. This is also a condition in terms of male dress, that wearing of pants or other garments should not be one which clings to the private parts and exposes these shapes. This is not permissible in Islam. It's not permissible even for prayer. So, fundamentally, we'll just deal with this question. There's another one following it which has to do with makeup. Is it okay to wear makeup? I can just briefly say that for a Muslim woman to wear this outside of her home is not permissible, from the point of view that she again is trying to hide her faults. Makeup is basically there to hide the faults, the pores or the cuts or whatever marks may be on the face, to give a better impression of one's skin or whatever. This is the idea for impressing others, for drawing attention. So the wearing of makeup is fundamentally not permitted in Islam. However, in one's home for the pleasure of one's husband and direct family members, etc., it is permissible, where their attraction is not one which is not allowable. But a woman should also keep in mind that to wear any form of makeup, including nail polish, if we add that as part of the makeups, things, makeovers, nail polish, etc., these things prevent water from getting to our skin. So therefore, to wear it at a time when you have to make wudu, make ablution, is not permissible, because your ablution will not be complete. So therefore, even in one's home, one should not wear these things which cover either the fingernails or cover the face, skin, things which prevent water from getting to the surfaces. One should avoid such forms of beautification when one has to be involved in prayer. So, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for following the program to this point. We hope that you will continue to follow the remaining segments. I will follow the rest of the questions which our sister Sarina has asked about in the next segment. And we hope that you will continue to write in, send us your queries, your encouragements, and any suggestions you would like to make for the improvement of the program, for example. And we will try to answer them. Please address your letters to Dr. Bilal Phillips, care of In the Light of Islam, Sharjah TV, P.O. Box 111, Sharjah. Thank you, dear viewers, and I bid you farewell now. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.